Well, this is BNU 2016 May-June exam. Question 1 says solve the following equation. Okay, the equation is given as we can see, 3 open bracket x plus 1 close bracket plus 4 equal to 5 minus 3 open bracket x plus 2. I'm gonna write it over here. So we have like 3 open brackets, x plus 1, okay, close brackets, plus 4 equal to 5 minus 3 open brackets, x minus 2. Now, if I need to solve this, to solve for x, the first thing is to extend, okay? To drop the brackets, I mean, extending this equation. So how? I'll do 3 times x, and then 3 times 1. And then over here, I'll do negative 3 times x, and negative 3 times negative 2. Then 3 times x makes what? Makes 3x. 3 times 1 makes 3, plus 4 equal to 5 minus 3x plus 6. Careful here, not minus 6, but plus 6, because whenever we times by the negative here, times the negative makes positive. Now, we notice that we have like, we can simplify. We have like a positive 3 and a positive 4 there. Those two are scalars, so we can simplify them. So we can just write 3x plus 7, okay, equal to 5. We also have scalars on the other side. So we have like 5 and 6. We can combine those two, okay, that makes 11. So plus 11. Now, to solve this, I must move, I must group like terms. So I have like negative, I have 3x on the left hand side and negative 3x on the right hand side. I must move this to the left hand side and move that also to the right hand side. And then this will become like 3x plus 3x, okay? And then that makes 11 minus 7. So this will make what? 3x plus 3x makes 6x. 11 minus 7 makes 4. Now, if I need to get the value of x, I have like 6x equal to 4 here. If I need to get the value of x, what I can do is to get rid of the 6. So how? I divide here by 6. And because I divide by 6 on the left hand side, I must divide it by 6 on the right hand side. Then this will be like x equal to 4 over 6. 4 over 6, okay? You can simplify this, okay, because by the highest common factor, so it's 2, you can divide here by 2, divided by 2 also. This is the highest common factor of 4 and 6. Or you can also use a calculator, okay? If you do, excuse me, 4 divided by 6, you press equal there, and then you see, if you say, you write like 4 over 6, and then hit equal, you get 2 over 3. So the correct answer here is just 2 over 3, which is alternative 4. That was question 1. Thank you. Well, we have another question here, question 2. The question said that solve the equation 30x over 9 plus 2 equal to 5x. So we do have over here, like, I'm gonna write here 30x over 9, okay, plus 2 equal to 5x. So situation like this, we want to get rid, one of the ways I think I like to use is like trying to get rid of the fraction, okay? I want to get rid of this denominator here, the value, this 9 here. So how can I do that? This is possible if I times this each term here by 9, okay? The 9 is like 9 over 1. Okay, let's first say I times each term here by 9. I times there also by 9. I'll times there also by 9, each term of the equation. Why? Because I want to get rid of this 9. I know you must know that 9 has like a denominator of 1. So when we times by 9, you know that this will be cancelled out. And then the equation will become like 30x, okay? Plus 9 times 2 is 18, okay, equal to 9 times 5x equal to 45x. Now we don't have any fraction, okay? The strategy was to times the whole equation by 9. Now, the next thing to do is I want to solve this by grouping, so I have to move the 45x on the left hand side and then move the 18 to the right hand side. So this will become like 30x, okay, minus 45x equal to negative 18. Now we can do 30x minus 45x. This is equal to negative 15x, okay, equal to negative 18. Now to get the value of x, it's when we divide both sides by negative 15. I divide by negative 15, I divide that also by negative 15. Now, knowing that negative 15 and negative 15 we cancel, and then I've left with x, and then a negative 18 over negative 15. This can be simplified, you know. This will be like equal to, okay, we can simplify. You can use a calculator, for instance, you know, do like negative 18 over negative 15, and h equal there, that's going to be 6 over 5. Excuse me. 6 over 5, or we can just divide here. If you can notice, you can simplify, divide here by 3, actually negative 3, and then negative, okay. You divide by 3, you divide by 3 there also, and then you know that the minus will cancel out. And then this will be 6 over 5, which is alternative, alternative. Alternative 1. Okay, and then the next question will be question 3. The question says simplify the following expression as far as possible. So we have like square roots of 36. So this square root of 36, x to the power of 4, y to the power of 16. Now we need to know that there's a property that says that if you have like square root of a times b, this is like same as square root of a times square root of b. Okay, so we can break the square root. It can be like square root of 36 times square root of x to the power of 4 times square root of y to the power of 16. Another rule says that the nth root, okay, of a to the m is equal to a to the m over n. Now, 36 can be simplified. Square root of 36, if you check the calculator, you're gonna get 6. And now x to the power of 4 will be, you know, when you don't see any indices, this is called the indices, okay, on the root, understand that the root is square root, okay, so there's a 2 here, there's a 2 there, there's a 2 there also. So this will be like x to the power of 4 over 2 times y to the power of 16 over 2. And then this will be just equal to just this will be just equal to 6 x squared y to the power of 8. So that's alternative 2. Okay, and then the next question is in this page is question 4. The question says simplify the following expression as far as possible. So I'm gonna write here. It's like it is a open bracket 2a squared minus a minus 4 close bracket minus 2a open bracket a plus 3 close bracket minus 1. Now what we can do, we do this times that, okay, a times that, we expand this, okay, 1 a times negative 4 and negative 2 times a, negative 2a times that, and then a times 2a, will make like 2a cubed minus a times a makes a negative a squared minus a times 4, that makes negative 4a, and then negative 2a times a makes negative 2a squared, and then negative 2a times positive 3 will make negative. We need to be careful when we have a negative, what we times with a negative number. Okay, it changes everything, the sign of everything inside the bracket. So this makes a negative 6a minus 1. Now, this will be like 2a squared, actually 2a cubed. Okay, this is the only term that has a cubed exponent, so 2a cubed. And then let's look at the terms that has like that end with a squared. They are there, so we can combine those two because they're like terms. Negative a squared minus 2a squared will make negative 3a squared. And then the terms that has a, so we have negative 4a minus 6a, that makes negative 10a. If you're unsure, use a calculator because you're allowed to, or if you're, in case you're not allowed to, say to yourself, the negative number is the cost of the what you want to buy. So we have like negative 4 and negative 6. So you need to buy something that costs 4 rand. You need to also to buy something that costs 6 rand. How much you need in total to buy? You need 10 rand. So need is negative. So it's gonna be like negative, excuse me. It's gonna be like negative 10a minus 1. So this is the right alternative. The right alternative is alternative number 3. Thank you. Well, this is BNU May-June 2016 exam. Question 5 here says simplify the following as far as possible. Okay, we do have 5 over 6 divided by 3 over 6 multiplied by 3 over 15. Okay, so if you remember your what we call the board mass, okay, board mass or paired mass, paired mass, so meaning division, okay, has more priority than the multiplication has the first priority. So in this case, we are going to write like 5 over 6, okay, divided by 3 over 6, okay, times 3 over 15. So we can just place in brackets by here and there. Now, there is a rule that says that, you know, when you divide fraction, the rule says, I'm gonna write the rule here. If you have like a over b divided by c over d, okay, this is equal to a over b multiplied by d over c. Then we're going to apply that rule over here. So it's going to be like 5 over 6 multiplied by 6 over 3, and then multiplied by 3 over 15. Then we can simplify here. Remember, with a fraction, we can simplify even across, okay? So we can simplify 6 and 6 here. And then we can also simplify 3 and 3 there, you know, and then we can also simplify 5 and 15 here. We're left with 3 there. So, you know, when we simplify here, only the denominator is 3 here, but on top there is nothing that is left. So the correct answer will just be 1 over 3. Okay, because we cross this 5 with this 1, 3 there, this 6 is crossed with that one. So meaning here 1 was left, 1 was left when we simplify, 1, 1, and 3 over here. So we have 1 times 1 times 1 is just 1. 1 times 1 times 3 is 3. So the correct answer here is alternative 2. Okay. Well, this is BNU 1501, May, June 2016 paper. So the question 6 says, simplify the following as far as possible. Now we have like these fractions here. To simplify these, we need to make the denominator common, okay? Because they are like 5/6 minus 3/4 plus 27/24. Now, to make the denominator here are not common, okay? So we cannot add these or subtract these together. We need to make the denominator common. Okay, to do that, we are going to find the LCM for all the denominator. I can see that the LCM here is 24, but in case you don't perceive it yet, you can just draw the 3 factor, okay? If you take a number like 6, for instance, if you pick up a number like 6, for instance, the prime factors of 6 are like this 6, I'm talking about this 6, okay? The prime factors is like we divide by the prime numbers, okay? From the smallest to the biggest. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and then 3 by 3 is 1, and then the product here is 2 times 3, okay? And I'm gonna write 4, and then the prime factors of 4 is by 2 is 2, by 2 it's 1, and then that's gonna be like 2 times 2. And then 24, for instance, okay, in terms of its prime factor, by 2 is 12, by 2 it's 6, by 2 it's 3, and by 3 it's 1. So the prime factor here is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Now I prefer to label these 1. This is the first 2 in this group, the first 3 in this group, the first 2 here, the second 2 here, the first 2 here, the second 2 here, the third 2 here, and the first 3 there. Now to get the LCM, I will see, okay, we have like 2 1s here, so I cannot take this 2 1 and 2 1 again. I cannot take those, okay? I cannot take those because they repeat. Now, if I take 3 1 here, is there any 3 1? Yes, 3 1 is also there, so I cannot take it. I cannot take this one again, but I must take this 2 2, this 2 2 is there, 2 2 is there also, so I cannot take this 2 2. And then so the LCM will be 2 times 3 times 2 times 2. So on the right here, 2 times 3, if you use a calculator, you do 2 times 3 times 2 times 2. I'm talking about these 2, the first 2, times 3. This is the first 3 here. This is 2, that's 2, and this 2, and that's 2. So if you hit equal, you get 24, okay? So 24 is the LCM of these denominators. So we need to turn each denominator into 24. So if I have 6, I need to get 24. What can I do? If you're unsure, just do 24, okay? Divide by 6, and then you get 4. So meaning I must times 6 here by 4 in order to have 24. But if you times the denominator by 4, you must times also the numerator by 4 to keep your fraction the same, okay? And then there we have 4. So if I need to know how much, by how much must I times 4 to get 24, you do 24 divided by 4, and then you hit equal, you see it's 6. So over here we times by 6, we times there also by 6. And then 24 is already there, so we times by 1, or we just don't do anything. Now this will be equal to 5 times 4 is 20, okay, over 6 times 4 is 24, minus 3 times 6 is 18 over 24, and then plus 7 over 24. Now that the denominator are common, okay, we can subtract and add the numerator. So 20 minus 18 is 2. 2 plus 7 is 9. So we're like 9 over 24. Now, we look if we can simplify this fraction further, and we can see that we can divide here by 3 and divide there also by 3, or what we can do, just write there 9 over, in the calculator, write 9 over 24. If you hit equal, it will tell you that this is equal to 3 over 8. So this is like equal to 3 over 8, which is alternative 4. okay? Now, question 7. Um, question 7 says simplify. I mean, question 7 says simplify the following as far as possible. So now, over here, we're going to follow. We have like 3/4 plus a half times 5/2. So we're gonna do the board mass, okay? Board mass. So meaning, before we add, okay, we can multiply. So meaning, over here we can just put brackets, okay, because it is like 3/4 plus a half times 5/4. So we first multiply these, okay? We can put bracket there because multiplication comes before addition. So all this this is the first operation to do. Now, over here, it's gonna be like 3/4, okay, plus a half times 5/2. We can simplify that. We can times that, I mean, 1 times 5 is 5, and then 2 times 4 is 8. So again, over here to solve this, we need to get a common denominator for both 4 and 8. Okay, and if we're unsure, we can just draw the 3 factor. You see, 4 factors of 4 is like by 2, 2 by 2, 1, and then it's 2 times 2. And the factors of 8 by 2, 4, by 2, 2, by 2, 1. So this is like 2 times 2 times 2. And then if I label this one, the first two, the second two, the first two, the second two, the third two, so I cannot take these again because they're already here. So I can take these, okay? But I can take 2, 1, 2, 2, and 2, 3. So 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8. So this will be like 3/4 plus 5/8. So I need to make 4 equal to 8. So I need to make here this denominator 8. I already have 4. So what can I do? I'll times here by 2. Okay, and then must times there also by 2. Over here, I can do nothing or times by 1. Okay, because it's already 8. Then we can just do 3 times 2 is 6/8 plus 5/8. Now that the denominator are common, we can just add the numerator. Okay, 6 plus 5 is equal to 11, so 11/8. Then the correct answer is alternative 2. Okay, this is BNU 1501 2016 May June exam. Question 8 says determine the LCM, meaning the lowest common multiple of the following. Okay, so first of all, we are going to work out the lowest common multiple of the digits, okay, or the number 6, 8, and 12. Okay, so we're gonna draw the 3 factor for each number. Let's do 6 by 2, 3 by 3, 1, and then this is equal to 2 times 3. And then for 8, okay, by 2, 4, by 2, 2, by 2, 1, and this is going to be like 2 times 2 times 2. And then 12 by 2, 6 by 2, 3 by 3, 1. It's going to be like 2 times 2 times 3. And then we're going to take a squared BC. This is the same as a times B times C. ABC. ABC. This is like a times B times C. and then AB cubed. AB cubed, this is the same as A times B times B times B. Now I can label, okay, A1, A1, A1. So I mustn't take these ones, okay, because there's already a A1 there. This is a A2, B1, I mean B1 here, and B1 there. It's the first B1 in this group, the first one in this group, the first one in this group, okay? This is the first C in this group, this is the first in this group, this is the B2, B3. Now, to get the LCM, I mustn't take those that repeats, okay? Because here, B1 is here, I can take this one, B1 is there, I can take this one also. Now, to get the LCM for the digits, I mean for these, I was just gonna say A times A, because I have this one, A times B times C, A times, let's just do B1 and B2 and B3, so B times B times B, B times B times B, and then times, okay, C1 is here, I can take this one, so times C, and then this will be like A squared B cubed C. And now over here, similar thing, like we have like A1 there, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Because in this group, like I say, this in this group, this is the first 1, this is the first 3. In this group, this is the first 2, the second 2, and the third 2. In this group, this is the first 2, the second 2, and the third 3. And the first 3. Now, I mustn't take those that repeat, like 2, 1 here and 2, 1 here, because 2, 1 is there already. I can take this 2, 2, because 2, 2 is also here already. And then I cannot take 3, 1 here, because we already have 3, 1. Now, for the digits, the LCM here will be 2 times 3 times 2 times 2, which is equal to, sorry, 24. 24. We can say now, therefore, the LCM will be equal to 24 A squared B cubed and then C. So, which is alternative 1. Thank you. It's the last question on this page. Well, BNU 1501, May, June 2016. Question 10 says, simplify the following expression as far as possible. So we do have over here x squared multiplied by x to the power of 3 all over x to the power of 5. Okay, so there's a property in math that says that a times m multiplied by a times n. In this case, what we do, we just write one base and then we add the exponents, okay? And another, say that a to the m over a to the n, this is equal to a to the m minus n. So we're going to combine these properties, okay, to solve this. So at the numerator here, we can just say x to the power of 2 plus 3. And then at the denominator, we're going to say x, this is just x with 5. And then this makes like x to the 5 over x to the 5. We could do 2 ways of solving this problem, okay? We can either simplify, because the numerator is the same as the denominator, we can just cross this out, simplify like that, and then say that the answer is equal to 1. So x to the power 5 over x to the power 5, this is just equal to 1 when we simplify here. Or we can apply this law, okay, saying we can apply that at the law of exponents. That will make like x to the power 5 over x to the power 5 equal to x to the power 5 minus 5, okay? And then this is equal to x to the power of 0 Okay, and then any number, another law says that any number a to the power of 0 equal to 1. So x to the power of 0 equal to 1. So the correct answer here is just answer 1. Next. Next question is question 11. The question says that a garden, excuse me, a garden is laid out so that it consists of a rectangle with a semicircle at each of the shorter ends. See sketch above. The garden contains a square fish pond and 6 circular painting areas. Each painting area has a diameter of 1 meter. The remainder of the garden is lawn. Calculate the perimeter of the garden rounded to 1 decimal digit. Okay, the perimeter of the garden. We know that the perimeter is the sum of all the outer sides. So it's going to be like 10 here, plus this side, which is obviously 10 because they say it has a form of a rectangle. Okay, so this must also be 10, and then plus this side. So we can fill in, such as just here, this side must be 10 meter also. Okay, but what we don't know is this semicircle, but we know that they're identical. Identical. These two are identical. That's what we do know. Now we can find the semicircle. Okay, how it is said that over here it's 8 meters apart. Okay, so meaning if it is 8 meters, this stands for this part here. Let me show. This part here stands for okay, the diameter of the circle. Okay, and then this also the diameter of the circle. Now we can, if it is the diameter of the circle, the radius of the circle is half of it. I'm saying that because the circumference of the circle is given by 2 pi r. Okay, but because we're dealing with a semicircle, meaning we divide here by 2, we divide it by 2, the semicircle will be equal to the semicircle here will be equal to pi r. And then if this is pi r, that must also be pi r. So to get now the perimeter is like side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 plus side 4. Okay, so the perimeter is the sum of all the sides. So side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 plus side 4. Now side 4 and 3 are equal to pi r, and then we say that r is half 8 here. This is the diameter of the circle because it's 8 meters long. The diameter, the radius must be 4 meters. Now we can find that this is equal to pi times 4, and then we can use our calculator to calculate pi. To get pi, we press, if you have a Kesho calculator, for instance, press shift, okay, and then press this button here. It will tell you what pi, and then it will display pi, and then pi times 4, and then this is equal to 4 pi, and then we press ST to get the actual value, 12.56. So we have like, this is 12.56. That also 12.66, 56. Therefore, the perimeter will be 10 plus 12.56 plus 10 plus 12.56. Okay, so the perimeter will be equal to, you can just do just 12.56 plus 12.56 plus 10 plus 10. Okay, and then when we hit equal, we have this, and then we press whenever the calculator displays an answer in the fraction form, we ought to press SD to get the answer in in fraction form. So we got like 45.12. So 45.12 meters. Now, because the question says that calculate the perimeter of the garden rounded to one decimal place, if you look at here, to one decimal place, it means we must look at the second decimal place. The second decimal digit is smaller than 5, so we're just going to ignore it. So the answer would be 45.1 meters, which is alternative 4. Okay. Well, excuse me. Question 12 here says, refer to the sketch in question 11 above, calculate the area of the loan rounded to one decimal digit. Right. Okay, let's first calculate the area of the whole thing here. Okay. We know that we have like a rectangle. We have like a rectangle here. I can draw like that, um, and then two semicircles which will form like a full circle. Okay, so we can work out the area of the whole thing. It will be like the area of the rectangle plus the area of the full circle, because two semicircles will make a full circle. And then we also know that the area of the rectangle is given by length times breadth, and the rectangle, the area of the circle is pi r squared. Okay, and then here it is said, okay, let's first calculate the area of the whole thing. It's going to be like area of the rectangle will be like length times breadth, so 10 times 8, plus the area of the circle, which is equal to pi r squared. So pi times r, we did find r in the previous question, it was 4 meters, so 4 squared. So adding these two, so area of the rectangle plus the area of the circle, it will be equal to, okay, let's first, this is equal to 80 meters squared, and then this one will be equal to pi, we press shift and then pi times 4 to the power of 2. This is equal to 16 pi, and then we press S to D to get the decimal part, so 50.27. That makes it 50.27. Now, if we add 80 to that plus 80, the area of the whole thing is equal to 130.27 square meter squared. Okay, so just move a little bit, squared meters. Now we have like these circles. Okay, they say that in question 11 it says that the garden contains a square fish pond and 6 circular painting area. Each painting area has a diameter of 1 meter. So if the diameter is 1 meter, meaning the radius is a half meter. So we're going to work out like 6 times the area of the circle. Okay, so it's going to be like 6 times, because there's 6 of them, so 6 times pi times a half to the power of 2. So this will be equal to, so we're going to do 6 times pi, we press shift and then we press this button here, times a half to the power of 2. A half, okay, to the power of 2. And then this is equal to 3 over 2 pi. We press SD there, we got like 4.71. So it's going to be like 4.71 meters squared. Now the area of, they say the garden contains a square fish pond. So the area of the square here, this side is 2 meters. You know that the area of the square, on the right here, area of the area of the square is equal to s squared, okay, side to the power of 2. So this will be like the area of the square here will be equal to 2 squared, which is equal to 4 meters squared. Therefore, the area of the pond okay, will be 130.27 minus the area of the six circular painting area, which is equal to 4.71 minus the area of the square there, minus 4. So let's use a calculator. So 130.27 minus 4.71 minus 4 and hit equal, and we press ST there. This is equal to 121.56, which can to one decimal place is going to be 121.6, which is as we can see, alternative 1. Okay. Well, now we do question 13. The question says, refer to the sketch in question 11 above. Calculate the volume of the fish pond in liters if it is 1.5 meter deep. Okay, let's first do the sketch over here, sketch of question 11, as we can see there. And then it was given that, okay, we're looking for the volume of the fish pond. The fish pond is the square because it is said that the garden contains a square fish pond, okay? Okay, the square fish pond. So we see that the size of the square is 2 meters. So it's 2 meters over here, 2 meters there, 2 meters there, 2 meters there, because it's a square. Now the volume of a cube, okay, is given by length of a cube is length times height times, like, let's say length times breadth times width, times height. Okay, so here the volume will be equal to 2 the length, 2 the breadth, okay, times the height, which is 1.5. Now we can use our calculator, okay, to find this. Okay, if I use my cash calculator here, we can just do 2 times 2 times 1.5. Okay, and then hit equal, this is equal to 6. So the volume here equal to 6, but 6 what? Because the unit was given, it was 2 meters, all the sides here, and then the height was the depth of the fish pond was also in meters. So the volume will be meter cubed because this was expressed into meters times another unit expressed into meters times another one in meters. Meter times meter times meter makes meter cubed. Okay, so now, okay, sorry about that. Meter here. And then I was saying that meter cubed, but now when we look at the alternatives are in liters, and the question itself says the fish pond, okay, the volume in liters. Now we need to know the conversion of how much is meter cubed to liters, okay? And I write the conversion over here. So we do know the conversion is just like 1 meter cubed, okay, equal to 1,000 liters. So the volume here will be like 6,000 liters. So the correct alternative here is alternative 1. Okay, careful, you don't take alternative 3 because this is 6 liters. Meter cube is not like 1 meter cube is not like 1 liter. Okay, 1 meter cube is equivalent to 1,000 liters. Now, okay, that was question 13. Now we're going to do question 14. The question says that if C equal to 2 open bracket L plus W, make W the subject of the formula. Okay. Over here we do have like C equal to 2 open bracket length plus W. So we are targeting W to make target W subject to the formula. I always prefer to switch, okay, to switch the equation in order to keep the unknown on the left hand side. So this will be like 2, excuse me, it's gonna be like 2 open bracket length plus width equal to C. Okay. Now because I need W, I can get rid of these two. How? Okay, I'll get rid of the 2 if I divide by 2. But if I divide by 2 one side, I must divide by 2 also on the other side to keep my equation the same. Okay, so I divide by 2 both sides, and then this will be like length plus W equal to C over 2. Then I need W. What I can do, I can just move this L over. Okay, moving the L on the other side will change the sign of L, because it was a positive L. It was positive, it will become negative there. So it's gonna be like W equal to C over 2 minus L. Now let's see, is there any alternative like that? When I see here, no, because this is C over 2 plus L. Was that correct? No. Now this means the correct alternative is not is either, actually it means that the correct alternative is not displayed the way we have it here. Now let's try to write my answer here with the common denominator. Now here, if you see L like that with no denominator, it means the denominator is just 1. Okay, if I need to solve this fraction, I need to make this denominator common. How? I'll times here by 2, I'll times 1 by 2, and I times also here by 2. Because so we can okay, if I times the denominator by 2, I must also times the numerator by 2 to keep the fraction common. Okay, so this will make W equal to C over 2 minus 2L over 2. Now that the denominator are common, we can combine them with the with the same fraction. So this will be like C minus 2L over 2. Now, which is alternative 2. Okay, that was question 2. Question 14. Now, question 16, the question says that a company manufactures soccer balls. The company daily fixed cost, it means rental, phone, stationery, accessory, are 18,000 rand. One soccer ball costs 500 rand to manufacture, and it is sold for 800 rand. How much profit does the company make per day if 100 soccer balls are produced and sold per day? Now, excuse me, I'm gonna raise here. Um, uh, let's just move a clip up there. Okay. Now, the question says that a company manufactures soccer balls. The company daily fixed cost is 18,000. So I am going to write here fixed cost. Okay, the fixed cost is 18,000 rand. Okay, and then one soccer ball costs 500 rand. So one soccer ball cost per ball is 500 rand. 500 rand. Okay, and then to manufacture, okay, 500 rand to manufacture, and it is sold 800 rand. So the selling price, okay, the selling price per ball is 800 rand. Now the question is, how much profit does the company make per day if 100 soccer balls are produced? So the quantity is given to be like 100 soccer balls. So to calculate the profit, we need to do the profit will be like, I'll say the revenue minus the cost. Okay, so now let's first calculate how much if they sell like 100 soccer balls, okay, the selling price for all the soccer balls. So the selling price here would be, let's see, the selling price would be like 800 rand multiplied by 100, because there were like one soccer ball is sold like 800 rand, and then there are 100 soccer balls. So the selling price of all the soccer balls will be 80,000 rand. Now, let's calculate the costs, okay, the total costs of making the soccer ball. So the total cost will be like, total cost, I'm gonna say here, total cost would be like the fixed cost, which is 18,000 rand, okay, plus the cost per ball. The cost per ball, they are 500. The cost per ball is 500 rand, and then there are 1,000, 1,000, 100, I mean 100 balls, okay, the quantity. So this will be equal to 18,000, okay, plus 50,000. 500 times 100 makes 50,000. And then the total cost will be 68,000 rand. Now the profit then is just the selling price minus the total cost. Okay, so this will be like the profit will be equal to 80,000, okay, minus the total cost, which is like 68,000. And then if you use a calculator, this is 12,000. If you're unsure, we can just prove it here. If you do 80,000 minus 68,000, and then it's equal, this is 12,000. So therefore, this is alternative 1. Well, question 16 says, calculate the slope of the straight line graph which passes through the points -1, -2, 3, and 4. Okay, we know that the straight line is given by y equal to mx plus c, and then m will be equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, the gradient will be like y2, which is a 4, minus y1, -2, over 3 minus 1. This is equal to 6 over 4, okay? Because, careful here, minus will make plus, okay? So it becomes like plus 4 plus 2, 6. Minus here makes also plus 3 plus 1, 4. And then this equal to 3 over 2. So the correct answer here is the slope here is 3 over 2. Well, the question says that a dealer sells a certain washing machine for 2,410 rand, excluding VAT. If we assume VAT is 14%, what will the washing machine cost, including VAT? Excuse me. Okay. So the cost of the washing machine, excluding VAT, is equal to, okay, I'll say the cost of the washing machine is 2,410 rand, okay? Just gonna say 2,410. Now, this is the cost excluding VAT. Now, if VAT is 14%, so we need to find 14% of this this amount, okay? So 14% of, so when I say 14% of 2,410. So let me tell you, whenever you see the words of, okay, understand this is translated as times in mathematics. So 14% will be like 0.14, okay, times 2,410. So let's first calculate the VAT. So we're gonna say 0.14, okay, multiply by 2,4,110 equal when we got a fraction like this as an answer, when the calculator display a fraction, press this button here, S to D. Okay, we press there. This is 337.4. So VAT 14% VAT. Let me write it over here. So 14% VAT will be like 337.4. That's the VAT. Now, including VAT, okay, the final cost will include the VAT. So the final cost will be like 2410 plus 337.4. Now we can just plus 24110 here, or if I'm sure, just say 2410 plus 337.4 and then hit equal, and then we press S to D. This is 2747.4, 2747.4, which is alternative 3. Okay, if you see 4 like that, we can also write it as 40. Doesn't matter. Okay, that was question 17. Now, question 18. Question 18 here. The question says, suppose I need 5 eggs to bake 2 cakes. How many eggs will I need to bake 14 cakes? Okay, so over here, we basically need to calculate the ratio. Okay, when they say I need 5 eggs to bake 2 cakes, so this simply means the ratio here is like 5 to 2. Okay, this is for eggs and that's for cake. Okay, so this time then I have 14. I have like 14 cake, meaning for every, okay, I need 5 eggs to make 2 cake. Okay, 2 cakes. Now if I have 14 cakes, how many of eggs will I need? One way of solving that is by doing this. Okay, because the ratio is like 5 to 2. Okay, I would like to find first what is the ratio of 1 here if I need to make like 1 cake. Okay, 1 cake means I divide here by 2, so I must divide this also by 2. So this ratio would be like 5 over 2 to 1. So this is like I need 5 over 2, which is 2,5 eggs to make 1 cake. So now in case of 14 cakes, then we will times here. If I need 14 cake, I have 1 there. To get 14, I times here by 14. Then I must times there also by 14. Okay. Then you know, when I times here by 14, remember that over here the denominator is just 1. Okay. So we can simplify this 14 over 1 times 5 over 2. Here we can simplify 14 and 2, 7 there, or you can just use a calculator if you're allowed to. Okay, if you're allowed to, the calculator here, it will be like 14 over 1, okay, multiply by 5 over 2, okay, and then this is equal to 35. So this will be 35. So so it will be like 35 to 14. So we will need like 45 eggs to make 14 cakes. Okay, so the correct answer is alternative 3. That was question 18. Okay, question 19 here. Question 19. It is said that Joseph invested 36,000 at simple interest rate of 6% per year. How much will he have after 6 years? Okay, we know that for the simple interest, it is given by PRT. Okay, the principal times the rate times time. Now we're looking for the time in other words to make t subject of the formula. Okay, so we have like I equal to PRT. If I need this t here, okay, let's first reverse the order. Okay, I will switch the side. I can write PRT equal to I. I switch the side because I want to keep my known t on the left hand side. Okay, so if I need t, I can get rid of everything close to t. Like over here, I would divide by PR. I'll divide it also by PR. Okay, why? Because I can simplify P. I can also simplify R, and then I'm left with T equal to I over PR. So T equal to I over PR. Then we can substitute, okay? The question says that Joseph invested 36,000 rand, so that's P, okay, at simple interest rate of 6% per year. How much, okay, will he have after 6 years? Now, well, we have a question here. Question 20 says that Susan invested 45,000 at a simple interest rate of 6% per year. 2 years later, she invested another 20,000 rand at the same simple interest rate. What is the total amount that Susan will have after another 3 years? All right. Okay, so we can solve this. So we're looking for the total amounts. Okay, that's what the question says. The total amounts. So for the 45,000, if you understand the question well, 45,000 rand earns 6% interest over 5 years, because first of all, here it says 2 years later, she invested another 20,000 at a simple interest rate. Okay, and then what is the total amount that Susan will have after another 3 years? So the 45,000 has a benefit of 5 years interest. So I'm gonna say here for the principal, which is 45,000 rand. Okay, the time is 5 years, and the interest rate is 6%. Okay, and then for the principal equal to 20,000 year, 20,000 rand. The number of the year is 3 because 3 years later, and then R is still 6%. Now, the question is, what is the total amount that Susan will have after another 3 years? Now, we know that the formula here is like this: the interest is given by a PRN. Okay, so the interest will be then the first interest will be like 45,000, okay, times 0.06, which is 6%, multiplied by 5. Okay, and then this will be, you can use a calculator for that. We do 45,000, okay, multiply by 0.06, multiply by 5, and this is 13,500. This is the interest made, 13,500. Interest for the 45,000 rand. Now the interest for the 20,000 rand will be like 20,000, okay, multiplied by 0.06 because the same rate, and then multiply by 3. So this will be over here. We can just change 45 by 20,000. 20,000 and then equal, that's 6,000. So the interest here is 6,500. Okay. Oh no, just 6,000 rand. 6,000 rand. Now, what is the total amounts that Susan will have after another 3 years? So the total amount will be what? You already have like 45,000 rand. Okay, and then plus the interest, which is 13,500. Now, if you invest another 20,000 rand plus interest, 6,000. That's the total amount. Total will be like we can do 45,000 plus 13,500 plus 20,000 plus 6,000, and then when we hit equal, the total amount is 84,500. So 84,500, which is alternative 4. Next question. Well, the next question says determine at what interest rate per year an amount will double in 10 years time if the interest is compounded monthly. Okay, because of space, I would like to, will erase this. Okay, now here the question said determine at what interest rate per year an amount will double in 10 years if the interest is compounded monthly. Okay, here we have no, we don't, okay, we say an amount, okay? So the formula is like A equal to P open bracket 1 plus I O to the power of N, okay? So now, so this will be like A will be equal to, so it's gonna be like P open bracket 1 plus I. Now, because it is compounded monthly, so we must divide here by 12. Okay, and then a close bracket there, and then 10 years. So 10 years, I'm gonna see here 10. Now, because compounded monthly, I times here by 12 also. Now, the amount will be equal to P open brackets 1 plus I over 12 to the power of 120. Now, the question says that's determine at what rate, what interest rate per year an amount will double in 10 years. Okay, so here the amount here will double. So I mean the amount is P. That will double. It's gonna be like 2. That therefore it means A equal to 2P. Okay, because P will double becomes 2P. Okay, so now this will become then 2P equal to P open brackets 1 plus I over 12 to the power of 120. Now, to calculate this, we can divide both sides by P. Okay, if I divide by P, I divide by P there, and then this will be equal to 2 equal to 1 plus I over 12 to the power of 120. I prefer to write like 1 plus I to the power of I over 12 to the power of 120 equal to 2. Now, the property says that if you have like B to the X, okay, equal to A, this implies that it implies that X equal to log of A base B. This is the law of the logarithms, the formula. Now, in this case, I'm gonna do it over here. X is 120, okay? And then the base is just 1 plus I over 12, and then A is just 2. So now what we're gonna do here, the exponent is 1. Okay, we don't need to use the law of logarithms because the exponent is known. So instead of using the law of logarithms, I am going to root it, okay, to the 100 20 roots, the 120 roots, so it's going to be like something like that. 120 here, 20 there also. Okay, so this will be like 1 plus I over 12 equal to the 1/20th root of 2. Wow. Okay, I do that because I do 120 because the 1/20th root, because it will cancel the power of 120. Now, to do that in the calculator, you press like shift, and then we press shift, and then we press like the root. Now we can edit the index. Okay, here we delete. Let's edit. Let's write 120 there, and then 1/20th root of 2 equal to 1,00 this amount. Okay, so it's gonna be 1 plus I over 12, okay, equal to 1,00, I think 3 zeros, no, 5, 7, let's move, 9, and 83. Now, I over 12 would then become, because they had to get I are minus by 1 here, minus 1 there also. So a minus 1 here. If a minus 1, the answer will be this. And then let's press SDC. Okay. Now, to get now the value of it, I must times this answer by 12, because you know, if I times by 12 here, and I times whatever I got here, okay, when I minus by 1, I'll times here also by 12. Okay, so this answer here, we times it by 12, and then this equal to 0,069583. Down. This is equal. This is I. I is like that down. To get the percentage, we must times this answer by 100. Okay, by 100, this is like 6.95, which is approximately 7%. Now, 6. No, let's keep 6.9%, 6.9%. Now let's see the alternatives. Yes, we have like 6.95. That's what you got also. 6.95, which is okay. So this is alternative 4. Correct. Well, we have another question here that says, determine the amount of interest that will be earned if 8,000 Rand is invested for 30 months at an interest rate of 13% per year, compounded half yearly. Well, let's first identify the equation. I mean, the unknown in the question. So determine the amount of interest. Okay, so the amount is the unknown here, and then that will be earned if 8,000 Rand is invested. So the principal is 8,000 Rand, okay, and then for 30 months at an interest rate of 18%. 30 months is the time. 30 months is like, excuse me, 2 years and a half. Okay, you can check if you do 30 divided by 12, this is like 5 over 2, which is 2,5 of a year, 2 years and a half. So I prefer also, let's just say 2.5 of a year of years. Excuse me, 2.5 years, I mean. Now the rate, the interest is 13%, and compounded, they say the question is compound half yearly. Now the formula that connects the amounts, okay, with the principal, the time, and the interest is amount equal to P open bracket 1 plus I raised to the power of n. Now it is important to have this in mind when we're working out the problem. They say compounded half yearly. So there are 2 halves in a year. So this will be then, the amount will be 8,000 open brackets 1 plus I, the interest is 13%, which is 0.13. Okay, compounded half yearly. Over here, we will divide by 2 because there are 2 halves in a year. And then the period was like 2.5 years. Now, because compounded half yearly, we times also this by 2. And then we can use a calculator to solve this. This will be 8,000 open brackets 1 plus 0.13 over 2 all to the power of 2.5 times 2 equal this amount. So amount will be 10,960 and 69, which is alternative 2. Okay. Well, question 23 says that Sarah wants to save an amount of 100,000 over 2 years for a deposit on a townhouse. She wants to make it a weekly payment into an account which offers an 8% yearly interest rate compounded weekly. Determine the size of her weekly payments. Well, because Sarah wants to save money in order to get like 100,000 for that townhouse, we're talking about the future value here. Okay, and then the question says that determine the size of a weekly payment. So we're looking for R, the weekly installment. Then when it says Sarah wants to save an amount of 100,000, so we say that A, the amount is 100,000, okay, over 2 years for a deposit over 2 years, so N is 2. For a deposit on a townhouse, she wants to make a weekly payment into an account that which offers an 8% interest. So the interest here is 8%. So let's see here 8%. Compounded weekly. Determine the size of her weekly payment. Now the formula that connects the weekly payment with the amount, the time, and the interest is the future value formula F, which is given by R, okay, times by open brackets 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1 all over I. Now we can solve this. If I need to get R, because I'm looking for R here, so what I can do, I can just move whatever is that's, because it's a product, it's R times this. So I can just say, I can move that part into the left-hand side. So this implies that R will be equal to, here the denominator, 1 plus I to, okay, 1 plus, not I, but it's going to be like this, 1 plus I. Remember, it is compounded weekly, so it's going to be like I over 52. I over 52. Okay. To the power of 52 n, because compounded weekly, there are 52 weeks in the year. Minus 1 all over I over 52. Now, the numerator here is F, the future value. Now I can just sub the values in the calculator. The future value is 100,000, okay, divided by over, press there. So we have like an open bracket there. It's going to be like 1 plus I, which is 0.08, that's the I, that 8%, over 52, okay? Then close raised to the power of 52 times 2, because 52n, minus 1 over I, which is 0.08 over 12, not 12, but 52, over 52. Okay, when we hit then equal, we got like 887.40. So this is the weekly payment. So the correct answer is alternative 3.